Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 149. Wow, almost 150. This morning, I thought this topic just came up because a lot of us in the Doc V Challenge are signing up for an event that he's involved with in September. And he was jokingly making a comment, well, for any of you who haven't been telling me the truth about your weight loss, you got a couple of months to lose before you meet me in person. And I just thought that was so funny. So I decided that I would talk about tips for staying motivated on the fitness or exercise area. I know I talked before about that we have group, and in group we're given a couple of tasks, and I was given a task to lose a couple pounds this month. So I just thought, well, it was kind of funny when the doc said that, and I thought, well, I'm going to do that as a topic today because I got to try to come up with something every day. And so what I did is I found an article from Mayo Clinic staff, and it was called Fitness Tips for Staying Motivated. Hi, how are you? Good morning. And since we are all in the summer, good morning. It's good to see you, Lena. And so since we're getting ready for this event, and he was joking about, you got some time to lose a little weight before you meet me in person because it's a weight loss challenge. Well, it's a lifestyle challenge. But the first one in this Mayo Clinic article was set goals, but it also says set simple goals. And based on a lot that I've been learning this past year and what I've been reading, the simple goal is the best. It's something that's manageable, and it's something that won't disappoint you if you don't hit it. It's something that's achievable so that you don't get discouraged too fast. So even Mayo Clinic is saying set simple goals, something that are achievable, because that will help you to get going. And what they recommend from the Department of Health and Human Services is that we work up to getting moderate activity of 150 minutes a day. The other thing that always comes up is make it fun, try something new, do something with friends, something to make it enjoyable, something you want to do, because we're a lot more committed when it's somehow connected to something we like to do. Number 3 is make it a part of your daily life. So if you are only going to start with 5 minutes a day, by the end of the week, you're going to have 35 minutes. Or so if you look at it that way, 10 minutes a day, you've got 70 minutes. So if you do 20 minutes a day, you're up to 140, and they recommend 100. Oh, hi, Nora. Good to see you. So really, if you do about 20 minutes a day, you're going to get up really close to the 150 minutes that is recommended by Mayo Clinic. So again, these are just kind of tips that popped out that Mayo Clinic say about if you want to get activity into your life. The next one it talks about is put it on paper, and that's where vision boards come into play. And I kind of rearranged my vision boards yesterday so that they're there when I get up from my desk and look at them. The next one I kind of mentioned earlier is join forces with friends, neighbors, or others. Like, again, that's multiple people. So if you're having a day where you don't feel motivated, your neighbor may be motivated, or your sister or your parent or your spouse or even your child. Somebody to keep you active. So if you keep it fun, you keep it small, achievable goals, and you have multiple people to keep you accountable, those are all ways to keep you in the game, so to speak. The next one is reward yourself. So I'm going to say for all of us going to that event, we've kind of already maybe got committed to the reward. So now let's do some work to earn the reward. The other thing is it talks about is be flexible. Again, I tended, because I've been changing this, I tended to be an all or nothing person. If I couldn't do 1 hour a day or 30 minutes a day, and I usually picked really big goals, I would feel like a failure. I would stop. I wouldn't go long term. So this is kind of reminding me to be flexible, set goals that are achievable, and don't try, even Doc V's talked about this, we do not set reasonable expectations or reasonable goals for 5 and 10 years. We always underestimate, but our short-term stuff seems to be stuff that we can't achieve. So if we start to turn that around, we can achieve more long-term if we set our short-term goals to things that we can achieve to keep us motivated for that long-term goal. And I'm going to add a bonus here. The Doc V has a bonus, and this is something he does all the time, and those of us in the challenge group hear it, is he loves to garden. He absolutely loves to garden. So he started doing push-ups a few months ago, and his motivation is that he has to do a certain number of push-ups before he's allowed to work in the garden. So if you attach it to something you love, that's something you have to do before your fun activity, that'll keep you motivated. I did also find 10 ways to stay motivated, like an item I can put on my vision boards, because I do love vision boards. And I'll run through these and then I'll let you guys get to your days. Well, hi, Stephen. You're right. Doc V's bonus tip. Doc V gives us bonus tips. He gives us elevator tips. He gives us penthouse tips. He gives us all kinds of tips. So now this one is 10 ways to stay motivated. And like I said, since many of us are going to an event in September, the doc was kidding with us. How much can you accomplish by the time you get there and meet me in person? So if any of you are looking to be motivated, here's some more ways. Number 1 is remember why you got started. Keeping that in mind, like Doc V, his daily goal is to be able to garden, so he'll do the push-ups. For some of us that are going to that event, maybe keeping that event in mind. Maybe there's a reunion coming up, or maybe you're getting together with family you haven't seen in a year and a half. So there's always something that if you put it on a vision board like I've got behind me, it might keep you on task for the duration. Number 2 is give yourself some credit. And it kind of reminds you, sometimes these are things you've never done before. Make sure that you're giving yourself credit for the little steps, because we've got to start recognizing the small steps in progress, because it goes back to like what we've been learning in the challenge, is that our short-term goals tend to be unrealistic and not achievable, and then we end up undershooting our long-term goals. So we got to shift that. Smaller, achievable short-term goals will lead to bigger long-term success. Number 3 is reward yourself because you stepped out of your comfort zone. Maybe for those of it, like I said a few minutes ago, many of us have planned a trip or maybe another trip, new clothes. Just be careful not to use food as a reward, or make sure that it's food that you're doing healthy cooking or healthy recipes or gardening, something on that line. Number 4, take it one day at a time, one success at a time, one tiny achievement at a time. Even in overcoming like anxiety or negative thoughts, you have to take it one tiny thought at a time. So every part of our journey, if we take one tiny step at a time, the long-term rewards are huge. It says surround yourself with positivity. I think that's where the negative thoughts come in, and the vision boards help me with that. Just keep, every time a negative thought comes up, maybe if you keep a list of positive thoughts, I can do this, I will do this. It will feel good to wear a smaller size. It will feel good to see family members I haven't seen in a year. It will feel good to buy smaller clothing size. Anything that just might remind you of why you're doing it. And that positivity, it works wonders for me. Removing negative thoughts and fat filters is a beautiful tool. Acknowledge your progress. Thelma from our group actually has an Excel spreadsheet where when she weighs in, she monitors that weight back several years. So she actually uses that tool to help herself stay committed to her journey. And that's actually a great tool too. Maybe I'll start that, because I do write it on a calendar, but I only see a vision of 1 month at a time. So maybe seeing long-term in a list like an Excel spreadsheet might be a tool that helps you. Again, if it overwhelms you, don't use it. But if it's a helpful tool, there's always one to find. The other thing is don't compare yourself to others. We all have a different journey, and we all truly don't know what's going on behind the scenes of someone else's journey. There may be medical issues or other obstacles you are facing or they're facing that make their journey look different. Number 8 is believe in yourself, and continually, like the positive thoughts and statements, say, I can do this, I will do this. All I need is, if it's today 5 minutes, tomorrow 10 minutes, and make sure that as you do your increases and increments, that you do it slowly and manageable also. I'm notorious for going too far, and then I miss my long-term goals because I don't set realistic short-term. So that is mine. I'm not sure if that's yours, but it's always worth giving it a try so you can take it long-term. The number 9 is focus on how you feel. And I think this is important too. Like, I tend to have a recurring hamstring issue. So I have to kind of identify when that's starting to come up and add additional stretching in to make sure I don't cause myself an injury. And also find other ways to identify that you're succeeding, not just the scale, because the scale sometimes doesn't move because you didn't get the right water, or maybe you got a little too much sodium. Just use things like even shoe sizes. When you lose massive amounts of weight, your shoe sizes get smaller, your clothes get smaller, your face gets thinner. Even my glasses are getting bigger. So use the tools that you can find to help you identify that you are succeeding, so that you don't focus on the one tool that may trip you up from time to time. Have multiple tools in your little treasure chest so that you can keep yourself committed. And then number 10 is love yourself. Appreciate that you're putting the effort in to make your life better. You're making it better for yourself and for those around you. You are worth it. Remove all the negative thoughts, replace them with positive thoughts, and make this journey yours for the rest of your life. And then I'll throw in Doc V's tip, his bonus tip for those who don't know. And his commitment is he's been doing push-ups for the past few months. And what he does is, gardening is his favorite thing. So if you attach your exercise as required in order to do that thing you love, you're more likely to do it. So for him, if he's going to garden, he's got to do the push-ups. If he chooses not to do the push-ups, there's no gardening that day. And that is is one of his great passions. So these are tools to use. I will talk to you more tomorrow. Off to the work day I go, but I just wanted to share with you guys, and I thought it was an interesting thing to pick up since so many of us are signing up for a challenge in September. So hopefully we'll see a lot less of everybody when we all meet up in September. See you guys soon. Thanks.